Hello, my dear students. Let us continue with our discussion about the normalization. In the previous video, we discussed about the first normal form and second normal form. And in this video, we are going to discuss about the third normal form. Okay. Before discussing about the third normal form, let's have a quick overlook into the first normal form. If the table is in the first normal form, then the table should not contain any repeating groups. That is, the table should contain only atomic values. All the data values in the table should be atomic. Okay, fine. If the table is not in first normal form, how to normalize it to the first normal form? We have to remove all the repeating groups by placing the repeating data along with the copy of the original key attributes into a new relation. And the primary key for the new relation have to be identified. Okay, so we have to remove all the repeating groups. Okay, now let's revise about the second normal form. A table is said to be in second normal form. It should be in first normal form with no partial dependencies. That is, all the values, all the data values should be atomic and with no partial dependencies. These partial dependencies exist when a table's primary key is a composite key. That is, the table's primary key consists of several attributes. If the table's primary key consists of only a single attribute, it will be automatically in 2NF if it is already in 1NF. That is, if the values are atomic and if the primary key consists of only a single attribute, then the table will be in 2NF. Okay. If the table's primary key consists of several attributes, then there occurs a chance for having this partial dependencies. So we have to avoid these partial dependencies to make our table into normalized into second normal form. Okay. Let us illustrate the conversion of the table into 2NF with the help of this project employee relation. This relation consists of project number and EMP number as its primary key. Okay, so since it is a composite key, we are writing each key component onto different steps. Okay, that's the as per the step 1, we are having project number on the first line, EMP number on the second line, and on the last line we are having this composite key project number comma EMP number. Okay. Then, as per the second step, we have to assign the dependent attributes to each key component. So, the project name is identified and is assigned to the project number. Okay. Then, the EMB name, job class, charged hours, that is assigned to the EMP number. Then, to the composite key, project number, comma EMP number, hours is assigned. Okay. So we created three new relations, project number comma project name, and it is named as project. Okay, so a project relation. Then comes an employee relation with the attributes employee number, employee name, job class, and charged hours. Then an assignment table with the project number, EMP number, hours as its attributes. Okay. So in the project relation, the project number is the primary key. In the employee relation, EMP number is the primary key. And in the assignment relation, the composite key, project number and the EMP number will act as the primary key. Okay. Let us look into one more example, the client rental relation, which consists of client number and property number as the primary key. The client details, the property details, the rental details of a client are given in this client rental relation. Okay, client number and the property number are the primary key components. Client number on the first line, property number on the second line, client number comma property number on the third line. That is the as per the step 1, we are writing each component on separate lines, and these key components form the primary key of the new relation. Okay, fine. Now, as per the step 2, we have to find out the dependent attributes to each key components. Client number, the dependent attribute is client name. Property number, the dependent attributes are property address, the owner details of the property, and the rent details of the property. Property address, rent, owner number, owner name. Then client number, comma, property number. It should associated with the starting and finishing date of the rent. Rent start, comma, rent finish. Okay. Now we are having three new relations, right? Client, property owner, and renter. Okay. Now each table is in the second normalized form. Now let's discuss about the third normal form. This third normal form is based on the concept of transitive dependency. Transitive dependency means if A implies B and B implies C, then we can say that A implies C. This property can be called as transitive dependency. We already know that, right? Okay. If a relation is said to be in 3NF, it should satisfy two conditions. The first condition is it should be in 2NF. And the second condition is no non-key attribute is transitively dependent on the primary key. That is, it should not have any transitive dependency. Okay. If a relation is said to be in 3NF, then all the data values should be atomic. There should not have any partial dependencies, and there should not have any transitive dependencies. Okay. The normalization of 2NF into 3NF involves the removal of transitive dependencies by decomposing or by placing the attributes in a new relation along with the copy of the determinant. Now let's illustrate this 3NF conversion with the help of this project employee relation. The relation consists of project number and EMP number as the primary key. We already decomposed this project employee relation into three, named as project, employee, and assignment. But when we look into this employee table, we can find out that job class implies charged hours. There we are having a transitive dependencies. Transitive dependency is occurring on the table employee. So we have to remove this transitive dependency to make this table to convert to 3NF. So what all are the steps involved to normalize from 2NF to 3NF? The first step is we have to identify each new determinant. For every transitive dependency, write its determinant as the primary key of the new relation. Okay, so in our case, we are having the dependency relation as job class implies charged hours. So this job class, that is the determinant. So we have to identify the determinant. That's the first step. Then the second step is we have to identify the dependent attributes of each determinant. The determinant job class, the dependent attribute is charged hours. So we identify the dependent for each determinant. And the third step is we have to remove these dependent attributes in the transitive relationship from each of the tables that have a transitive relationship. So from the employee table, we have to remove this values. Job class implies charged hours. That value will be removed. So we are removing all the dependent attributes in the transitive relationship. So now our database consists of four tables: project, employee, job, assignment. Let us look into that employee table and job table. From the employee table, we remove that charged hours attribute, and that one is assigned to the new table, job class, comma, charged hours. So we are having four tables in our database. Another example, employee department table, which consists of 5 attributes: employee number, employee name, designation, department number, and department name. Okay. Uh, so whether this relation is in third normal form? No, this relation is not at all in third normal form. Okay. In this table, the E number is the primary key. Then E number dependent on D number, and this D number belongs to D name. It halts in this relation, and that leads to the transitive dependency. E number implies D name. D number is neither a key or a subset of the key. Okay. Now let us look into the various steps for normalizing from 2NF to the 3NF. So we identified the transitive dependency. So write the determinant of every transitive dependency as the primary key for the new table. That is, for every transitive dependency, write its determinant as the primary key for the new table. Then the second step is we have to identify the dependent attributes for each determinant. And third one is we have to remove all dependent attributes in the transitive relationship from each of the parent tables which have this transitive relationship. That is, we are removing all the dependent attributes from the main table. So we are removing this D number and D name from this table. So E number, E name, designation, D number, that forms the first relation, and the D number and D name forms the second relation. Okay. Again, let's look into this client render relation. This database now consists of three relations, and now it is in the second normal form. Okay, fine. When we look into this property owner relation, the property number is the primary key. Okay, so this property number is dependent on the owner number, and the owner number is dependent on the owner name. So this exists in this relation, which leads to the transitive dependency. Owner number implies owner name. So we have to remove this transitive dependency in from the relation property owner to convert that relation into the third normal form. Okay. So this transitive dependency can be removed by creating two new relations, the property for rent and the owner. So the property for rent consists of property number, address, rent, and owner number, and the owner consists of owner number and the owner name. So now the resulting database consists of four tables which are in third normal form. Okay. Now it's time for doing some exercises. We have to convert the table to the third normal form. So here we are taking the relation studio with the attributes studio ID, studio city, and city term. And the next step is we have to write all the functional dependencies that are associated with this relation. Okay, so the studio ID implies studio city implies city term, studio ID implies city term. So these are the FDs. Both the studio city and city term depend on the enter key, and so it is in second normal form. City term transitively depends on the studio ID, hence it violates the third normal form. So we have to convert it to the third normal form. That is an exercise. Okay. Another exercise, here we are having the building relation with building ID, contractor fee as the attributes. The primary key is the building ID. The functional dependencies are given here. Both the contractor and fee depends on the entire key, and so it is in the second normal form. This fee transitively depends on the building ID, and so it is not in the third normal form. So we have to convert this one to the third normal form. That one is also an exercise to you. So in this slide, we are having a comparison between the first normal form, second normal form, and third normal form. So if a table is said to be in third normal form, we have to uh, have the condition as it should not have any atomic values, it should not have any partial dependencies, and it should not have any transitive dependencies. Okay. So in this video, we discussed about the third normal form. Thank you.